Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So it's Monday, which means it's time to decorate. So I'm going to start off with pulling this week out of my planner. So as you would probably be aware, this week is Halloween, and I'm not the biggest fan of Halloween in the way that you should be a fan of Halloween. I don't think necessarily we should celebrate it in Australia. But I did get a lot of requests for a Halloween week, and so what I thought I'd do is put my Cricut to use and see if I could come up with something. Now, in doing that, like I said, I have used my Cricut, but I haven't done a very good job. As in, a lot of what I designed, and I'll put up a picture of it coming through the Cricut, like a video, sorry, of it coming through the Cricut, and then what it looked like at the start. We had a lot of trouble pulling the bits and pieces off. So what I have here is I have this cool kind of really intricate, and I think this was my problem. I think I tried to go too intricate too quickly. So I've got that sort of one, which I'm going to put as a flipper. And then over here, I'm trying to pull these over without disturbing them too much so I don't lose them all. I've got some little cutouts that I've sort of done. And like I said, I think I just went a little bit too intricate too quickly. So I'm going to attempt a Halloween week using basically nothing except these cutouts and some orange paper. This could look horrible, but I'm going to attempt it, and I'm going to try to use my Cricut a bit more and just sort of teach you guys things along the way before I do my big kind of review thing. So what I'm going to start off with is this cutout here. So when I put it down, you'll be able to sort of see what it looks like a little bit more. What I did was I put this into Photoshop and then put it into the Cricut software. It was very easy to do, as in it was very easy to do. It was just getting it off was a little bit harder. And I don't think that was helped by the fact that I think I cut it out on like 3 or 4 days ago, and it's stuck on the mat since then. So I don't think that helped me. So next time I know not to do that. And this did kind of come apart a little bit, but not too badly. So I'm going to stick it down using some glue tape. I'm a little aware this may go awry. Just trying to find a piece of scrap paper somewhere, because I don't want to get too much glue on my desk, and this is definitely going to have an excess of glue. I think what I'll do before I do that is I'm just going to sort of mark out roughly sort of where this is going to sit, and I'm going to make this into a little tab. So I'm just going to get my paper trimmer. I am still attempting the We Are Memory Keepers one. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but I am going to keep trying with it, because I think I'm not going to learn and not going to enjoy it until I do. So I'm just pulling that out. I'm even trying it upside down now to see if that helps. I don't think it will, but I'm going to try. See, I'm just looking at that and I can see that's not straight. Can I? It's a wavy line. That's right. Once I've got that bit done, I can use my FIskars one to fix it up. So I know this line here is straight, so we can work with that one. And then we'll just make this one straight. Go. So that's going to be big enough to have this on it, and I'm going to have a little sort of tab shape. Oh look, one of my spiders escaped. So I'm just grabbing the tab punch board, and then I'm just going to take off, just moving the side tabs over so that it sits on the side there. So this will allow me to make any size tab that I like. I'm not restricted by the size guide or anything. So there we go. And I'm just going to round these corners off. Go. And then when I stick this down, it'll be the right size and will look kind of like it was supposed to be there. So I'm going to start with the big one. So I'm just grabbing a piece of paper. Obviously I'm going to have to be really careful with this. So I'm going to fast forward through it because I'm going to be really slow and delicate to try and get as much glue on here as I can without damaging it, which I'm already doing. Okay, so I think that's all covered with glue. So now I've got to try and pick it up. This could be fun. Ryan's just passing me the spatula to try and do that. So I'm just grabbing this little bit and just very carefully lifting it up. Down, and then just very, very carefully I'm just pushing down all the bits. I think I've gone too high up. I'm just going to have to deal with that. I'll fix it at the top so it's a bit more even, but I think pulling it back up again will be more dangerous and will probably do more damage, so I'm just going to leave it hanging off the bottom there. Go. It's only a tinsy bit, and I can fix that first of all by just doing this and then grabbing my trimmer. I'm making it worse today. It's alright. Always ways to fix things. Just occasionally using tools is not always the best way to do things. So I'm just going to freehand this a little bit just to make them match. And just not use so many tools for a change. Alright, so now we've got that first bit on, we kind of need to add in the other bits. So I'm just going to repeat the process for these couple of bits that have fallen off. Okay, whew, that was hard work, but we got there, and I actually think that looks really cool, so I'm very happy with that part of it. So now we're going to try and get as quickly as we can through the next part. So we're going to start off at the top here, and I'm going to cover both sides of the page just with the orange. I'm just going to make sure I use the straight bit, not the unstraight bit. So I'm just going to stick this down with glue tape, and I'm just going to use the page as my guide a little bit. So stick it down first using the bit that I know is straight. And then just doing the same thing on the other side. And then at the top, what I've done with the Cricut is cut out the letters for October and November. Obviously, we've got October on the left and November on the right. I did also cut out days of the week for this, like individually, and needless to say, they didn't work out very well. So I think for this one, I'm going to run everything through my Xyron machine. I just think it's a bit easier. I think I said it in my monthly one as well. You can make stickers out of this, like you can cut onto sticker paper, which would obviously make this a lot easier. I just don't know how to do that yet, so I'm still learning And then as I sort of learn more, I'll show you more. But please bear with me in the meantime while I'm still learning. One of those letters was very reluctant to leave my fingers, but anyway. So then just sticking these down one by one. That's given me the effect I wanted, which I'm really happy about. It's a lot of work for not a lot of reward here, but eh. So then I'm going to grab this washi tape. This is just Express It washi tape. It's actually a pastel one. I could use the metallic one, but I think it'll look better with just this pale orange. And I'm just going to put that down the bottom just to sort of bring this together a little bit. So just putting that at the bottom as straight as I can, being aware that this washi tape sometimes doesn't like to be straight. And then just cutting off the excess. Oops, no, didn't leave enough. There's always a little bit of a tab on this washi at the start that just kind of allows you to pick it up a little bit easier. Because I haven't used it before, it's just sort of still there. So just do that again. If you really wanted to be sure that it was straight, you could always run it along the dotted line at the bottom. For this one, I don't want it to be up quite so high. I think it kind of gives it, not having all the same orange helps as well. Just brings it back a little bit. I'm just repeating that on the other side. Alright, so that's all on. I think I'm just going to leave the dates the way they are. I think if I play with them too much, it's going to just not quite work. What I've got then over here is a bunch of little die cuts that I've cut out just with the Cricut, and I'm just going to place them around the place to give them a bit of a Halloween-y thing. I might put something else behind that one. It's basically all going to go along the bottom. Oh, that one looks cool there. Just to sort of make it feel a bit Halloween. I don't know quite how I'm going to do that, but I love this one. This one really, it didn't come through very well, as in it kind of does look a little damaged, because it is a little damaged, but it does look awesome. That hasn't got any tape on it yet, it's just sitting down because I've got a bit of glue left on my fingers. I kind of did this one a little bit of damage, so I'm going to draw the other bits back in. And then the rest of them I'm just going to kind of scatter around. Obviously I'm just playing with these without any glue on them at the moment, just to see where they look good, or if they look good. Maybe that tree. Some of them got a bit damaged when they were coming out of the Cricut, but I like the fact that because they've torn, they kind of give it that more tattered look, if that makes any sense. Ryan says no more, and I think I'm good with that. I think. Just want that little spider. Okay, so now comes the fun part of sticking them down. Anything that I can, I'm going to shove through my Xyron. So I'm going to grab that cat and that bat. Where I can, I'm trying to sort of cover up words that are there. Okay. Ryan's just said, why aren't I putting them all through the machine at the same time? And it's just because I think I'll forget where they're going, so I just wanted to allow a little bit more remembering time. So we'll put the rest of the little ones on, because at least I remember where they're going. This has got some more detail that hasn't come through very well from the Cricut. It's still got it shaved out a little, like there's a little bit of a shadow thing happening. When I do my zoom at the end, you'll sort of be able to see what I mean. But it hasn't quite cut the way I wish it had of, unlike the spider, which is actually cut absolutely beautifully, considering how intricate that is. Eek. And then I go and do that. I broke one. Oh well. I'll grab my black pen. Just ink that one in a little bit. They're definitely not perfect, but they do look kind of cool. Just trying to work out what I'm going to do with that tree, because it's not covering up enough there to put it in front of the for special something visit the diary love. I'm just thinking if maybe I grab just a little bit of cardboard. I'm just going to put a little bit of washi tape just over the top, and I know it's going to be obvious that I'm trying to hide something, but I think it's easier than trying to leave it there and see what's behind it. So I'm just going to cut this. I'm just going to do one side like that. I'm deliberately going to leave it a little bit long, and I'm going to cover it up. You can still see it behind it, but it's not as bad. That arrow is definitely not perfect, but it's going to hide it enough that you won't see. I'm just trying to decide if I'm going to go that way or that way. Go that way. Just grabbing some more scrap paper in. I'm just going to glue this one down. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to speed through this because this is going to take a little bit, and I'll be right back. Just this last bit, this is going to be really tricky. So I'm going to use the scrap paper again and just glue it, but I'm just going to be extra careful. I think the little bits that are already broken I'll send through the sticker maker, but this bit obviously is too big. It's just so delicate, I'm really scared, but I'm just going to be really gentle. Definitely didn't come off cleanly, but should be okay. I'm actually deliberately going to break this in half now. Just, it's a little bit hard to deal with being quite so fine, so I'm just going to kind of put it back together in bits. See if that works. I'm going to put that bit down there. The little bat at the top. This was a little spiral. I'm just going to try and get that to spin the way it did before. Whoops. Still a bit gluey there, but it'll be alright. And then all I'm going to do is join that string up to the O, and then going to kind of draw in another string down to the back, and then join this one up to the hat, and then again there, and then it kind of all looks like it's all joined up together. Alright. No more decorating. I do have another pumpkin left over, but I don't think I'm going to use him. I'm just going to write in all of my details for next week, so that shouldn't take long, and I'll be right back. Alright, so next week's actually pretty light on, which I'm very happy about, considering how busy this looks. But I am going to leave it just like that. Oh, hold on. I forgot. I nearly forgot my flipper. My flipper's just there as a to-do thing, just in case I do think of things that I need to do next week, because let's face it, I tend to think of things at the last minute. So I'm just grabbing the pen. We'll just punch out these holes. I love that flipper. That looks awesome. Different parts of this I like more than others. I'm not actually that big of a fan of this bit at the top. I think it was probably worth more work than it was worth, but I think this bit here especially looks fantastic, and it's cool to just see, I guess, what things like the Cricut can do. Obviously next time I'll be a little bit more, I won't go quite as hard with the little designs. If I can make one tiny suggestion, which I'll just try and do along the way, if you are going to cut out intricate things, don't leave them on the mat for too long, and maybe don't use the standard, maybe use the light. I had trouble doing the light one to begin with because it didn't stick enough. I think I probably should have just pushed a little bit harder and it might have worked. But that is my Halloween week. Someone did challenge me to do this, but I can't remember who it was, so I'm really sorry. And then I'm just going to deliberately try and add things with my Cricut in as often as I can, just to sort of see if I can get the hang of it, and learn things along the way. Please give this one a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Let me know what you think I could have done differently. There are certainly things that I could have done differently and better, but I think doing is the best way to learn. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos, and I will see you again on Wednesday. See you later. Bye!